Lake is an adventure walking simulator released in 2021 for PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. I received a key for the game on Keymailer. Developers, thank you for a key. The game is about a middle-aged woman named Meredith who returns to her hometown Providence Oaks, Oregon to take over her father's postal route while her parents are on vacation. She's from the big city and has a career in computer programming. She stays for 2 weeks, reconnecting with old friends and meeting new people. At the end of the 2 weeks, she has to decide if she wants to leave or stay in Providence Oaks.
Okay, Meredith. Have a wonderful flight. I'll talk to you soon.
The gameplay consists of playing as Meredith, driving and delivering mail around town. You start each day with a number of letters and packages that need to be delivered. The letters have the address written on them and will automatically be put into the mailbox when you go to the right house. Packages need to be taken out specifically and be delivered to the right address. The town is circled around a big lake, so destinations are often far away from each other, but there are fast travel options for some locations. Meredith can also auto-drive to places of your choosing in case you don't want to. Some of the recipients don't answer the door for their packages and you leave it on their doorstep. The ones that personally receive their packages usually have a storyline cutscene and the ability to interact with them. You can choose a lot of the choices for dialogue, which affects Meredith's relationship with other people. Some of them don't seem to matter, but there are ones that will determine your ending. There are 2 romance options, Angie the video rental store owner and Robert the lumberjack. To be honest, I really liked both of them, so it was hard to choose. Angie is a huge movie buff with an adventurous spirit, and Robert is a nature lover who becomes shy and slightly awkward when he opens up. You can have romantic interactions with both of them during the course of the story. You choose at the very end who she dates, if you date. I made a save file the day before her last day to make sure I got all 3 endings. The other townsfolk all have their own unique personalities and missions to help them, or not. The most notable residents are the cats that you can pet. The graphics aren't amazing, but the game looks good. Providence Oaks is a beautiful town, and it's nice to explore around and take in the surroundings. Sometimes you'll see wildlife like foxes. Sometimes they drown themselves. You can only enter some buildings though, so most of the town feels empty. You can go inside of the post office, video store, general store, diner, and I think that's about it actually. You can't go into Meredith's house either, she's only in there for evening cutscenes. Some characters stay outside, but it would have felt more real if buildings were open. Other than the main cast, only a few other NPCs wander the town and you can't talk to them. The voice acting wasn't bad. Sometimes the animations for the characters looked off while they were speaking though. Meredith's voice also sounds older than her mother's, which was kind of jarring.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
What are you not sure about here? Are other people involved? You know, any interesting ones, perhaps?
Well, there are some interesting developments, yes.
Oh, there are? But are they really interesting enough to give up your entire career? I really think you need to think long and hard on it.
There's also a very small selection of music that plays over the radio. I usually had YouTube open in the background with something else for me to listen to. I guess now is the time I'll go over my criticisms and suggestions and whatever. Traveling around was very tedious. Meredith walks unbearably slow. Even her fast walk is barely an improvement. I know she's middle-aged, non-athlete, but... Like I said earlier, the town felt empty and it would be nice if more buildings were accessible, especially Meredith's house. Other than delivering mail and sightseeing, there isn't much to do. I feel like the good life has what Lake needs, like interacting with NPCs, gardening, fishing, etc., There's a lot that Meredith could do in Providence Oaks, and it would fit in perfectly. If the 2 weeks deadline wouldn't let that happen, there is an endless mode that was added. Unfortunately, the endless mode only gives you mail to deliver to the main part of town, and that's about it. No interacting with the other characters besides a quick hello from the supporting cast. This is where the life sim mechanics could definitely fit in. A big issue I ran into was dialogue not making sense after making a choice.
We really reconnected, and I'm happy we did.
Listen, you're two grown women, and if that's the choice you two ended up on, I can only respect that.
At the end, I even had the wrong audio playing from the subtitles, and it made me worried that the game chose the wrong option for me.
Of course. I have to check on my favorite engineer.
Magnificent, isn't she?
We'll keep in touch. We'll meet again.
I meant the RV. But sure, Lori's great too.
It's just that this is what I need to do right now.
Sure am. The big stuff's in storage. But I've got the bare necessities. Clothes, toiletries, and a whole bunch of videotapes. I get it. It's okay. So, do I at least get a goodbye hug?
I'll do you one better. How about a goodbye kiss? I have one condition. I get to pick which movie we watch first.
Deal. Magnificent, isn't she?
What have you heard? From who?
People talk.
Speaking of the ending, there is a lot of dialogue, and unfortunately, there was no way to skip anything. I had to go on my phone while waiting for dialogue to finish for each of the 3 endings, which took about 20 minutes each, give or take. I was very burnt out when I got the final ending. I really liked the story and characters and wanted to see what would happen with Meredith and her love interests after the endings. Unfortunately, it feels like there's so much that could be added and or fixed. I don't dislike the game, but I left feeling unsatisfied and wanting more content. There is a DLC called Season's Greetings, but it takes place a year before the base game and you play as Meredith's father.
Hi, Robert.
I got approved for a key for that on Keymailer as well, but received a key for the main game by mistake. I'm still waiting to see what happens with that, so hopefully I can get a key for it and make a video on that sometime soon. I clocked in around 8 hours getting all 3 endings and messing around a bit in endless mode and exploring. The game's price is generally around $20 to $25, and I really can't recommend it at that price. I know a lot of people will be disappointed for the content they receive versus the price. I would recommend getting it for under $10. If you're into slow/cozy games and or just like driving around, you'll probably like this. The characters are great and the romance scenes are very cute. Hopefully the base game will get updates someday because then I'll really be able to recommend it.
I'd rather get the chainsaw and cut down Town Hall.
Nothing a chainsaw can't handle.
Just kidding. It's a nice thought, though.
Thank you for watching the video. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more content, leave a comment if you've played this game, and if you agree or disagree with my criticisms and or suggestions. Thank you to my patrons on Patreon. We post my streams on there after they get taken down by Twitch, and I have some other stuff that I'm doing with that. Speaking of Twitch, I stream on Twitch. I didn't stream this game, but I stream other games, and I think I'm funny, kind of, hopefully. I have a Redbubble stuff for sale. I have a demo for my RPG Shards of the Heart, and I think I covered everything. I think, hopefully. Anyway, thank you for watching.